Okay, so Oakland real estate just got destroyed, and let me give you guys the inside details. It's pretty interesting because construction on the next phase of Brooklyn Base in Oakland wouldn't start anytime soon. Developers just saying. Now, this is a rendering of the Brooklyn Basin. It's actually pretty nice. In fact, this is kind of like secluded from all the craziness of Oakland. It's also near a very big interstate, so it could easily get to the San Francisco Oakland Bridge and then to San Francisco downtown, work and come back. And I guess if you have a yacht, you could park it there as well. So basically, Oakland's Brooklyn Basin has delivered more than 1,500 whopping residential units, but the downside is they made too much. There's going to be another 2,000 units slated to be built in the coming years, but we're not really sure if these 2,000 units will ever be built right now because the rents in Oakland have literally collapsed. But let me just show you guys what's going on in the Brooklyn Basin. Well, what's really going on is high HOA, high property taxes, and basically a lot of these apartment buildings just became ticking time bombs. And check this out, if you just go to the Oakland Brooklyn Basin, it's not exactly, the best place for construction given the amount of competition. This is a lot of competition, and this is like one of the new areas. Location's pretty fantastic, I guess. You got a couple restaurants. You're near the water, which is pretty nice. You can see the boats, the yachts. The Oakland Yacht Club is literally just a stone's throw away. At the same time, if you want to get into the intersection, you just hop on it. It leads you to the bridge. You cross the bridge, you get to downtown San Francisco, you work, and you come back. Right now, the rents in this area is dropping like a rock. Now, this place isn't bad. In fact, I could say it's a very nice, newly developed neighborhood, right? It's basically just cookie cutter apartment buildings everywhere. And they're still constructing more and more of these apartments every single day. But guess what? This is what happens when there's over construction. Prices literally fall. Now, currently on Zillow, if you look at the portfolio, studios start at a little over $2,400. If you want a one bedroom, it's $2,500 to $2,600. Two beds are about $3,500 a pop. So if you get a roommate, you're just only paying about like $1,700, $1,800. But that's with a roommate. So I don't know if that's really for you. The amenity is pretty good, and there's going to be a lot of young tech workers. And the whole appeal of this is for the tech workers, right? Tech workers who want cheaper rent than San Francisco come here. But guess what? The whole reason why they're canceling this humongous project is because nobody's renting it. Not a single person. Oakland rents plunged 7.2%, surpassing the national average drop, reached lowest vacancies since 2017, and vacancies are only getting lower. In fact, the Oakland crime rate is skyrocketing. This is the place where it has the most amount of car break-ins. And this is also a place where if you call 911, you literally will be on hold. I can't imagine living in a place like this. And so does a lot of people. Oakland's population has dropped, finally. And the whole reason why Oakland was such a expensive place despite the crime and the craziness was its proximity to San Francisco and the San Francisco-Oakland Bridge providing a massive boost in real estate prices. But because so many of these tech companies have started laying off, Oakland rents have plunged, tech workers have left, and population dropped. And many of the developers who started building new construction properties are all left holding the bag. And these rental units, they have to rent these out or else the bank takes them. And guess what? I've heard stories about a lot of people in Oakland who are renting apartments and condos because they need to work in San Francisco. There's still some employees. They're saying that landlords are giving them 2 to 3 months of free rents and also a 10% rent reduction per month alongside of free parking. Like the concessions are insane. If you guys are living in Oakland and you're hearing this and you don't have any sort of concessions, like seriously look around. It's getting so bad that developments that already taken out millions of loans, they're paying people, they're paying money, and they're absolutely getting decimated right now. These developers are quitting the projects. They're giving the land back to the lander. They don't want it anymore. And by the way, this place, it's used to be one of the biggest places for tech workers, is now sitting fairly empty. And overall, in general, the rest of the Bay Area, San Jose, Fremont, Oakland are all getting more and more empty every single day. 2023 tech layoffs are no joke. Now, if you look at the latest unemployment numbers, yes, unemployment just dropped from 3.9 to 3.7%. That means the economy is pretty strong. But there's one thing that people don't talk about is if you look away from the numbers, things get a little bit dire because the good jobs, the jobs that are paying over 70K, over 100K, over 150K a year are very rare. They're scarce, right? More than 1,000 tech companies have announced layoffs in 2023. And guess what? Guess who pays the most amount of money? It's going to be healthcare and tech, right? And tech is already laying off a bunch of workers, and so is the financial sector. If you look at some of the layoffs, it's crazy. Like a total of almost 1,200 companies in the United States in 2023 laid off a little over 250,000 workers. Many of them are in the Bay Area because that's where the majority of the tech is. And when these workers get laid off, they probably go to a different company, maybe accept lower pay. And a lot of times these companies are no longer in the Bay Area. In fact, a lot of these tech companies in San Francisco and Oakland are moving to places that are traditionally not even tech. Like Miami, it's traditionally hospitality and beaches. It's not really finance or tech. And then there's Austin, they're moving there. And Las Vegas, despite being a gambling hub, they're becoming a massive tech area. If you look at these IT companies leaving, Amazon, Meta, Zoom, Dell, and by the way, even LinkedIn, the company that helps you find a job, is laying off their own employees, which is pretty crazy to hear the kind of stuff. So overall, look at the amount of apartments for rent here, and if you sort this from high to low, you don't really have anyone daring to make luxury units. If you look at the payments from low to high, you can actually see that finally some of the older buildings are actually offering some extremely cheap rents. And I think finally people could catch a break, especially the remaining individuals who are still in the Bay Area could actually rent some of these units for a much lower price now. So far, real estate in the Bay Area is getting worse and worse. If you look at this brand new San Francisco condo complex, is already being sent back to lender. And don't even get me started on other areas. Like, for example, 1554 Market Street. I covered a whole video about this, so please check out that video on my channel. But this whole entire building is now being sent back to the landlords. They're going to become a rental building once again, or else the banks take them, and they're making no money. They haven't sold a single condo unit. If you also look at some of the more expensive areas, like the Stewart Lane condo, they haven't had a sale in like several months. Not a single millionaire wants to buy these $1 million, $2 million studios and one bedrooms. It's getting pretty bad. So thanks for watching, guys. Comment below, and before you guys leave, make sure to check out the private Discord server. It's the Patreon link below for some awesome trades. There's a 7-day free trial. And if you like the free trial, it's super cheap. And plus, I even follow these trades because these trades do make money. I put a few $100s in every single day, and a lot of these trades do hits. And yesterday, one of the coolest trades was like this Goldman Sachs call, turned like $100 to $300-400. We have a lot of these traders that trade every single day. We even have videos to help you guys, 24/7 hour supports. We also have a lot of profits, free chats. You can set alerts, and we're adding more and more new traders every single day. It's a big party here, and check us out.